Okay, Bezat Hashem, we're back to our Shalom Bayit class. 269, page 269. Yeah, we left off yesterday that a woman needs a listening ear. Her whole essence is to be able to talk to her husband, to tell him everything that she wants to tell him. Yeah, she wants to tell him about from the biggest to the smallest thing, yeah? That her bag ripped while she was walking in the street after the shopping, whatever. And he needs to listen. If he doesn't, what's going to happen? She's going to go shop around to see who can listen to her mother, her sister, her friend. But even then, we said what? She still wants you to hear. She wants to be with you. She wants to listen to you. A wife will talk about all the difficulties and burdens that she bears. She'll debate her problems with herself and possibly even declare that she doesn't have the strength to carry on. Many women say, I can't anymore, right? Mullah Murachamim was the classic example. After 35 years, she told him, I'm sorry, I cannot anymore. I cannot serve you. Please divorce me. Yeah? How is that? Well, he said, I had a wonderful wedding, a wonderful life. Yeah, I had everything was fine. Why did she ask for divorce? Because she'll say, I can't anymore. A husband must know that even when she mentions problems connected to him, his character, his behavior, her intention is not to blame or criticize him. She's just letting off steam. She just needs to be heard and have her feelings acknowledged without her husband becoming defensive, judgmental, or snapping back at her. This is exactly what we just said right now before we turned on the radio. We said she sometimes is gonna, why? She wants to blow the steam off. She doesn't want to criticize you. She says that she doesn't know how to do that. And therefore you don't buckle, be strong. Imagine a 5-year-old kid, who doesn't know what he's saying, tell you something. You're gonna get upset. No, you're gonna be like, Johnny Papesh, calm, let me teach you. You're gonna be nice to him. You're gonna encourage him to do better, not to speak like that, right? Here the encouragement is just to listen to her. Don't take it seriously. It's another test, yeah? She doesn't need any solutions and does not want any advice. Don't start being Mr. Advice person. Yeah, you should do it like this. If you know, yeah, you should do it like that. He says she just wants her husband to listen to her lovingly and to do his best to feel and understand what she's going through. She wants him to value her efforts and her achievements and to let her know that he does. He must show her how pained he is, that it's so hard for her. And he must give her the feeling that he's her best friend in the world, whom she can always lean on. A lot of times we think the woman is complaining. Yeah, because why? I don't know, I leave work at 4:30 and I got to pick up the kids at 4:45 by the time I get there. What did man say? Listen, if you take this detour over here and you turn like that one over there, this is a short cold road, and she doesn't want that. She said, I'm not asking you that. You want to say, oh, Behemet, I know it's so difficult. Yeah, Hashem should give you lots of strength. Yeah, I know it's hard. That's all. But if you tell her, why, oh, now she's like, you know what? I'm sorry, I cannot pick them up. Please, you pick them up. Why? Now, what do you mean? I'm at work at 5 o'clock. I don't care. I'm not picking them up. You hear? Now you're in big, deep troubles. Now you have to pay somebody to drive him back, or somehow, it's not easy. But when you sympathize with her, yes, my love, I understand. Yeah. Yeah, she's, he's got my back. Okay, she's going to continue to work. Yeah, a husband should set aside at least half an hour a day to listen to and talk to his wife. This time should be entirely devoted to her. No eating or drinking, all phones switched off, no children present, just him and her together. This is a daily opportunity for them to update one another about everything that happened to them during the day in a relaxed and comfortable atmosphere. On this, I want to put a little note that when I was told that, when my problem days, it would be an argument after 5 minutes. 5 minutes we're talking World War I. 10 minutes, World War II. 15 minutes, World War III. That's it. Yeah? So therefore I'll be like, I don't understand. How could I talk? That was 6 months ago and on, right? The new me, I could talk for 1 hour, 2 hours. Why? I know what to say, what not to say. Before I would be a Mr., critical advisor / investigator, you name it, I was there. So I was thinking that if she's telling me she needs a solution, she needs this, I can tell her that, do it like this, fix it like that, like that. No. That's all that should come out of your mouth. None of these things, you need to do like this, you need to do like that, it's better you do it like this. Zero. That's number one. Number two, you cannot have a conversation if you and her are like this, right? We said like when you're fighting, and people could be fighting for 15, 20 years. What does that mean? You don't put her as number one, you constantly criticize her, and you don't value her. You cannot have a conversation for half an hour. It's going to be a deadly conversation. Why? Because she's thinking what I could tell this guy to put him in his place, and he's thinking I'm going to watch her, subconsciously, not even knowing they're doing this. So first things foremost is cease and desist. Stop with the negative comments. Try to start making her number one. That she's more important than anything or anyone else. Once you do that, you won't have a conversation for half an hour. You can have a conversation for days, and you won't have any problems. Why? Because now you're like this. And when you're like this, she's willing to listen to you. You're willing to listen to her. You understand? He says, a man reading this may think that to sit and listen to his wife for half an hour every day is a waste of time. This is definitely not the case. There's a mitzvah to form an act of loving kindness. And it's a great act of loving kindness to listen to a person's pain. A husband would gladly listen to someone else's problem and consider himself righteous for doing so. But here at home with his wife, where it's a daily occurrence, suddenly he feels that it's a waste of time. This is an example of where the evil inclination dresses up as an angel in order to trick us. A wife comes first. Her feelings and happiness come before anyone else's. Listening to her alleviates her stress and worries and gives her the strength to carry on. When we're in business, I guarantee you when you're selling, a bracelet, or when you're fixing a $2,000 tooth, and she's gonna say, yesterday I had such thing, this and that. You're like, oh yeah. Why? You see that dollar sign coming in. I cannot just right now. You don't care if you have another appointment at 20 minutes from. You're like, oh yeah. You're not gonna say, shut your mouth. Let me just do this thing and you get out of here. It's not gonna happen. Yeah. I get a lot of stress at work sometimes. Not for. It's to work with the customers and to listen to them and this and that. It's when you're selling jewelry, you gotta hear a lot of garbage. Oh, she did like this and and I want to get her this and she like that but I don't know like that. So you're like, oh mama, I don't listen. Shut up, give me the money and go. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't happen. So he's saying, why in this customer case or whatever, you'll sit there and listen. Because you see dollar signs. And then this potential customer. And sometimes what happens, 3 hours of talking, they say, okay, I'll be back. I'm going to think about it. Zeo! That's it. So he says, she's the most important. She wants to be heard. And the most opportune person to make her feel heard and to make her feel good is you. And therefore, don't think you're a multimillionaire. You have so many, real estate deals and this and that. What are you talking to me right now for? That's our mindset. I'm such a busy guy. I'm an important lawyer. I'm an important doctor. I'm important whatever. And you're telling me this petty stuff? Come on, Jonima. Let's get something serious. How many millions do you need? What do we need? No. I want to tell you about my boo-boo that I had. I want to tell you that it was so hard for me to pick up the kids. That I couldn't find the right tomatoes today because they were all messed up. And that's what I want to tell you. And that's what we have to listen to. He says there's a special mitzvah at a wedding to tell the groom within an earshot of his bride that his wife is beautiful and graceful, even though she's not. He's wow, beautiful wife, wow, like this. Even if she's neither, our sages permitted bending the truth to increase a new couple's joy. It seems that if the bride knows that this is a mere custom, then such praises are meaningless to her. By the way, many brides know this custom. So you say, what are we saying? She knows she might not look good, but they're just saying it. He says, that's not the case. Since our sages understood how much a woman loves to hear themselves praised in front of their husbands, no matter if the people giving the praise have been prompted to or not. We should do it. He says, of course, the person a woman most wants to hear from praise is her husband. A husband must be very generous with his praise of his wife. The more he praises her, the more he is praiseworthy. And this is a problem that we all have. Why? Ibi, I already told her she's beautiful. I already told the wife the dress looks nice. I already told her the makeup is good. I already told her the nails. How much time can I tell her? Every time. Every day. Oh, you didn't notice? Oh, I hate that question. You didn't notice, sweetie? So right away, I'm like, okay, notice what? I said, nails. Notice what, Junima? I don't. You didn't see my new shoes? Oh yeah, new shoes. Yeah, beautiful shoes. Yeah, that's good. I'm thinking, I don't want to notice your shoes. Do I pay attention to your shoes? You know. So they want to be noticed all the time. You know, their nail polish, the little, the little this and the that. You don't like the way I smell? Oh, you got new perfume. Yeah. See, he says you have to give it. That's what they want to hear. That's their essence, yeah? We express our honor for others with our words. If you want to honor your wife, compliment her, praise her, and never say anything negative to her. Don't be lazy about this. Every word of encouragement, support, comfort, praise, or honor is a gift of loving kindness that you give to your wife. Each one plants in her the feeling that you value and cherish her. And this literally gives her new life. You build her self-confidence and fill her with vibrancy and joy, which makes it easier for her to cope with the challenges of life. You hear? And this is a direct impact on why my wife doesn't want to do anything. Why she doesn't do anything. You know why? She's dead. She's dead. You don't give her any compliments. Nabarot. On the contrary, you give her all the negative comments, yeah, that you think are not negative. You think they're just constructive, and she hates this constructive negativity, right? And therefore, she's dead, and she doesn't want to do anything. She doesn't want to clean the kitchen. She doesn't want to be busy with the kids. She doesn't want to do your laundry. She doesn't want to iron. She doesn't want to do anything. Why? I'm dead. I'm a walking dead person. You hear? And therefore, you don't do anything for me. But if you invigorate her with these compliments and and all this, you build up her self-confidence. She's so vibrant. She wants to do everything for you. Yeah? He says, which makes it easier for her to cope with the challenges of life. The words of praise that you tell her constantly echoes in her heart. Every time she thinks about them, she's filled with joy. See, we think, it cannot be like that. What do you mean? What, just because I told her in the morning she looks so beautiful? Yeah, all day he called me beautiful. He called me beautiful. 12 o'clock, he called me beautiful. It's in back of that, beautiful, beautiful. Now she's thinking, oh, what can I make for him? What kind of dinner can I make him so he can, I love it. That's what that says. This strengthens the home spiritually, making it joyous, happy, peaceful place. Words of praise give her the strength and willpower to manage her home and the children in the best possible way. Tell her how happy you are with her and her deeds, and that she's truly a woman of valor. Tell her how impressed you are with her skills, her hilarity, her wit. Express all of this with emotional packed words. Make her feel that she's your greatest treasure. And people have difficulty with that. It's as if she's not his wife. I listen, text her that she's beautiful, that you miss her. It's like, how am I gonna tell her? I've never told her this. How am I gonna tell her this?
What's going to happen if you're saying something against her parents?
Oh no, that's a devastation.
Against what?
Her parents. It's like you're saying it against her. It's absolute no. This does not work, guys. It does not work at all.
It takes it very personal.
Even if sometimes she says derogatory things about her parents, happens. You cannot say anything. This is not a.
כן.
אני אמרתי לך כשהתחתנו שאני אוהב אותך. כשישתנה המצב, מה שישתנה אני אגיד לך.
רק הוא מסוגל.
Рав Рася, он сделал джок с этого.
Yeah.
Он говорит, муж говорит своей жене, я тебе сказал, когда мы женились, что я тебя люблю. Он говорит, если что-нибудь изменится, я тебе скажу.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. Here it says. He says, Rav Lazari, he said, listen, 40 years ago, he told her, listen, I love you and I want you to know that. If things change, I'll inform you. And that's it. He doesn't do anything. Yeah. So he says, be consistent with your compliments and never take them back. How many times he said, that what I said? Because you get angry. You know what I said? I was lying. Why? That's it. That will never be forgotten. Not in 20 years, not in 30 years, not in 100 years, because that goes like this. It goes into the heart. Those whatchamacallits? Those tattoos that they give a cow, or whatever. You go, and that's it. You in 2008 on a Monday at 3:15, you were standing with a blue suit and you told me this. Yo, what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And you're saying,
I don't even remember this. Yeah.
Mapito.
Yeah, we don't even remember that we even said it because
Don't
why?
remember.
We don't mean it. I didn't mean it. I just said it because at the point she hurt me. I want to hurt her back. Mamish kids. You hit me, I hit you back. What is this? We mamish kids, if you think about it. Adults in their 40s, 50s, like children. You hear? And that's a big problem. Be a man. She says something, she's hurt. You have to give her the shoulder. You have to give her, something to lean on. So be consistent with your compliments. Says, if she brushes them off, like many people say, no, I tell her, yeah. She said, where do you go? It's only because she wants to prove to herself that you really mean it. So as often as you can, at appropriate times, repeat your praises. The Reshit Chochmah writes that it is even permitted to falsely flatter her for the sake of peace at home. Yeah? Many guys tell me, listen, tell her you love her. Nah, she'll tell me, what are you talking about? You love me. No. Like the Rav over there said, she wants to hear it again. She said, okay, let me push him back. Let me see if it's true. And you don't be a weasel. Be a man. Tell them, no, I love you. You're my wife. Come on. I was wrong for not saying it for years. Admit your wrongness. Be'emet, admit it. When she hears that, she's gonna say, this is a mujik, this is a man. She would love for us to say, you know what? I made a mistake 25 years. Be'emet. It was 100% my mistake. I didn't know, I'm sorry. Be'emet, forgive me. Because I didn't know. But now that I know, I'm a different man. But you gotta live up to that, to that standard. You gotta be consistent. You cannot fall. Yeah? But when, God forbid, a husband hurls insults at his wife, it's as if he plunged a knife into her heart. Insults reverberate in her heart louder than the praises do. And every time she bears his words in her head, she relives the pain. It therefore as if he kills her several times a day. She feels that her husband doesn't care about her and perhaps even hates her, and her self-confidence disappears. There is no greater suffering for a wife. That's why, what have we been up to? We're living for many decades, and we do a lot of praises. Once in a while we mess up, we give a little, So he says, this little thing, 1,000 times going, oh. But the 1,000,000 times you tell her, you're nice, you did that, she doesn't hear it. So this one or two instances, so loud that she cannot forget it. He says, a wife can't overlook an unpleasant comment from her husband. Rav Ben Zion Abba Shaul of blessed memory wrote, it's an everyday occurrence that couples argue, that they fight, and get to the point of divorce, all because once he said one cruel thing to her, and she can't forget it. Had the husband just thought for a moment, he wouldn't have said that thing, and he would have literally saved his marriage. He's 100% right. You know what he says? Sometimes we men are very heated. We say things we don't mean. He says, you didn't think about it. You plopped it out. She hears it. Why? To her, she grabs onto it and she's like, oh my God, he said this to me. And then you're like, nah, I was just saying it. No. You said it to me. And they'll stick on that and it'll go. And then after a certain period of time, he'll say it again like an idiot because he forgot, Oh, no. Now he really means it. So he's saying, be careful. Before you say something, think about it. Think about what you're saying. Do I really need to do this? Do I really need to say this? You understand? Would I want to put her in the situation? That way she won't be able to forget. We have to understand the essence of women are not men. Men can forget. At least some of them who don't have women characteristics. But, no, you're laughing. Men don't take this thing seriously. We boys can go out, you can tell me, oh, whatever, and you're like, okay, whatever. I might get upset for a second, but then we forget about it, He says, on the opposite side, a husband can also win his wife's heart with one sincere compliment, to the point that she'll be willing to work all day long for the praise that awaits her. Peace in the home depends on our choice of words. You see what he's saying? So it's not contrary to what we're saying. We're saying if you're going to give her compliments, if you're going to not comment on her, if you're going to treat her nicely, if you're going to give her a call here and there, text her, she wants more of that. So what is she going to do? She's going to give you breakfast. She's going to say, be nice to you. She's going to be loving to you. Why? Because that's what she wants. She wants to hear it again. And therefore, she's going to reciprocate to you how you are to her. You hear? And that's what she's going to want out of her own self to do things for you. The Zohar teaches how Adam praised Chava. How much love was there in what Adam said to Chava. He said, you are the bones of my bones and the flesh of my flesh. So how could I despise or abandon you? Adam wanted to show her that they were one and there was nothing that could separate them. When he said about her, to this shall be called the woman, he meant this is the woman whose equal cannot be found. Meaning, she is the honor of my home and all other women are like monkeys compared to her. She is perfect in all her traits. These are the words of love and affection that Adam said to his wife. The Zohar continues, every man should say even more words to love and affection to his wife. For behold, it is written, many daughters did valiantly, but you exceeded them all. By telling his wife that she is superior to all the other women, he will increase the love and affection between them. By the way, the Zohar tells us this, yeah? Zohar is all mystical, this, that. No, it says, listen, you gotta tell your wife very good words, yeah?
Does it matter if a wife is in this period of time right now or that period of time? Is there a difference in the praises?
You mean Nida or not Nida?
Yeah.
Rabbi?
You have to be more careful. Okay? Now, you don't say things, you gorgeous, you this and that, because that's מסוכן.
Yeah. בזווה
You say things kind of,
In general,
general.
example,
You're giving this house a very nice atmosphere. Your calmness, your wisdom, not
pinpointing her,
Yeah.
qualities that you would when you're,
so there is a difference.
yeah, general, not specific
the
to,
chinuch that you're giving to the children is amazing. Your cooking, so delicious.
you're such a good organizer, these, that, all these general things, yeah? Finally, we'll end up with this. It says, self-righteous evil inclination may fly in at this point and object. How can this be right? To tell lies and compliments? No, because why? He's saying, you are the best woman in the whole world. So you'd be like, well, but she's not. I mean, there must be other women. Oh, no, I'm saying, he says that the Yetzer Hara is going to come and say, but what do you mean the best woman in the world? What, she's the best woman in the world? Yeah? Oh, he says, how can this be right? That to tell lies and compliments a wife for characteristics and attributes that she doesn't have? Yeah? Oh, you're so kind. And she screams at her kids sometimes. So what do you mean? You're the kindest woman in the world. He says, is this really what Hashem wants? To this the Talmud answers, whoever dwells without a wife dwells without joy, dwells without blessing, without good, without Torah, without protective walls. The Zohar adds that he also lives without peace, without help, without atonement, without wisdom, without life, without will, without wealth, and without honor. The Zohar writes, addition to what the Gemara is saying, if the Talmud and the Zohar say all this, then a husband can definitely say to his wife, in all sincerity, you are my joy and my blessing and my good and my Torah and my boundaries and my help, my atonement, my life, my will, my wealth, and my honor. He says, you're not lying. The Gemara says it, you repeat what the Gemara says. Zeu. And therefore, very important, to constantly, first of all, be very gentle with our wives. A lot of times we could be gentle, but then we, like a general. Yeah, relax. If things go a little bit not the way you want it to go, relax. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. That's not the way to handle things because you bring her back to the bad reality that you had, and you don't want to be there. Understand? Because what do we say? She doesn't forget. So it's still there. She's put it behind you. If you've repaired your situation, she put it behind you, right? She's not gonna remember. But if you come back to your general self, all of a sudden that package opens up. Remember we said there's different files in our brain, right? So she must have closed the file. It's not forgotten. She closed the file. Once you do this, it automatically opens up, and she's like, "Oh no, here he is, the terrible man." Yeah, and we don't want that.
We call it a storage room.
Storage room, yeah, exactly.
Now it's locked.
Exactly. It's in the storage room. It's locked. She's not gonna be. But when you, we as men, our life in this world is character refinement. One of the important things of character refinement is to be able to have self-control. One of the things of self-control is to think 10 times before you overreact on something. Why? Because that's called self-control. Self-control is not you blow up on sometimes and most of the time you're good. No. Self-control is you're always good. It's possible. We just don't want to do it, but it's possible. And therefore, we have to be in control of ourselves. If you do not know how, you have to start reading the books on, Musar books about, character refinement and this and that, who you think you are, whatever, But very important.
They don't see changes if you said, let's say 4 months you're good.
And then boom,
One time you made a boo-boo.
he's the same guy.
Is the same guy. Why? Because that's the way they talk. You're never home. What do you mean I'm never home? So where am I?
So that one time makes it.
Yeah, you're always bad.
Yeah.
4 months I was good. No, you're always bad. Why? Because that big trigger,
He calls it bankruptcy.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
One time you after 4 months.
We
By
don't.
them, it's a black or white and gray area. There is no such a thing by them, gray area.
We are walking on the very thin.
But that's for us. It's for us. You see, we are thinking, why is this happening to us? Because we are in a gym, which is called life of character refinement. Hashem wants you to refine your character to the point where this is not going to bother you. And guess what? When you reach that point, you're going to love it. You're going to see that everything's smooth flowing. And that's how it's supposed to be. A real man is supposed to be a man of control. Yeah, he cannot flip. As we mentioned with the captain and whatever, imagine a little fire and he like a woman. Oh my God! Oh my! Excuse me. What are you doing, my friend? You're the captain. Everybody's looking at you. If you go out whacked, everybody's going to start panicking. So therefore, he has to be controlled, nice and whatever. Fire, no problem. We're going to handle it right now. So whenever your wife goes berserk, it's a fire on the ship. And don't go crazy. You're the captain. Relax. Take it easy. Yeah, take it easy. Find a way to appease her. Whatever it is, she's right, she's wrong. That's not the issue right now. How do we diffuse the situation?
So now, here is the danger.
Yeah.
When you give, and a lady gives a class to ladies, if the man is on the path of changing, is coming, and is learning, then it's very much necessary that somebody from their side will tell them, hold your horses, it's not, don't start again with you. That's what you have to work on yourself now. Don't be now black and white. For them, is very difficult. The problem is when a lady talks to ladies which already abused, and the husband don't show any signs of that he is willing to change, and they telling them, be soft with him, take it, and then terrible message.
So So it depends if the husband wants to work on himself as opposed to husband that doesn't work.
No, and they saying it's your fault because you're too tough, you're too this. What can she do? She have to protect herself.
He's just reacting to it.
You see? That's why, if a person don't know to the nitty-gritty what this business, don't touch it. Because you're dealing with people's life. You can say, it's not for me. It's not for me. You see? The husband that we had on this Shabbaton, they all coming to the classes and they show that they want to change. Picome they hearing things that they never heard before. So now, usually the ladies are not that patient, and they continuing with the same
Attack.
No. Now you have to change also. But if he is not coming to classes, no shiurim, no klum, and you're telling them, continue to be a punching bag.
Yeah.
Ma?
Not gonna work.
It's worse.
And that's what's happening to many Shalom Bayit situations.
Yes.
Where they're telling her it's balagan.
Yeah.
They're telling her, don't do this, why are you doing that, why you do? She can't. This is her defense mechanism. It's a very powerful point. This is. That's why many Shalom Bayit situations or does not work.
Does not know.
Because he's looking at her to change her attitude. She cannot. It's only because this is her defensive mechanism. You understand? He has to show change and continue change. Now we can temper her and say, be patient, be patient. He's coming along. You see he's coming along? Yeah, I see he's coming along. Now you gotta watch that. Then it works. But if not, forget about it.
They all wants to deal with the symptoms.
Yeah. Symptoms not gonna work.
This one, he goes straight to the sickness.
Yeah.
All the way down there.
100%.
I want to share one personal example.
Minimum.
Yeah.